Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aditya Hutama ISwardi. Today I'm going to present to you my final year project entitled as Crude Palm Oil Extraction Method for High Oil Recovery. My project is supervised by Professor Dr. Robiah Yunus. For today's presentation outline, first I'm going to tell you about the overview, followed by the objective, literature review, methodology, result and discussions, last but not least, conclusions and recommendations. As we know, the palm oil industry is one of the largest industries at Malaysia. Palm oil mills focus on oils and palm kernel recovery. The current process at the palm oil mills use mechanical screw press for crude palm oil extraction. Based on the data that published by MPOB, the recovery of national oil extraction rate (OER) at Malaysia is 90.72%. The OER is remain unchanged due to the lack of implemented improvement in the palm oil processing. Based on the current process, MESOCARP and nut are pressed together in the mechanical screw press. Due to the presence of nut, the screw press is limited to a certain point to ensure the integrity of the nuts. The idea to separate nut from the MESOCARP has the potential to increase the CPO yield and OER. In this experiment, a newly fabricated nut separator was used to separate a nut and MESOCARP. The objective of this research, first, to carry out performance evaluations of developed nut separator in order to identify the best process in rotational speed, RPM, and processing time in seconds. Second, to determine the oil extraction yield from the MESOCARP produced by the nut separator. Third, to carry out the oil quality based on the FYP content and Robiah content. Due to the implemented improvements in the palm oil processing, there are numbers of researchers that have done various new methods to increase the CPO yield. Based on the improvements, the best CPO yield is 0.77 gram oil per gram dry MESOCARP, in which greater than the initial or the current CPO yield from the palm oil processing, which is 0.61 gram oil per gram dry MESOCARP. However, this solution is still in the lab scale due to the economy and operating aspects. So in this study, the idea of the nut separator is equipped with the black wall inside. The mechanical shearing inside the nut separator causes the separations of the nut from the MESOCARP, and the impact will be there are no pressure limitations for pressing the MESOCARP to extract the crude oil. This study is expected to increase the OER by up to 3% at this process. The methodology of this study. This study is started by collecting all the fresh fruit batch from the Putra Science Park University, Putra, Malaysia. All the bunches will go to the sterilizer. After the sterilizer, the fruits will be detached from the bunches. 2 kg of the fruitlet is needed in the one trial. The fruitlet will be inserted to the nut separator. At the nut separator, there are two important parameters. First, rotational speed from 600, 900, 1200, and 1500, with the processing time 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and 40 seconds. The outlet from nut separator will be MESOCARP and nut. The MESOCARP will go to the soaking and the hand screw press. In these sections, the crude oils will be extracted from the MESOCARP. So the crude oils will go to the substance extractions in order to get the pure oil. The outlet from the hand screw press will be MESOCARPs and also pressed MESOCARP. The pressed MESOCARP will be evaluated as the number of residual oil from the system. The pure oil will go to the oil quality test based on the FFA and Robiah content. Results and discussions. First, result of separating palm nut MESOCARP. Based on the standard, the recovery of 70% of MESOCARP from one fruitlet must be achieved, followed by the 30% of the recovery nut kernel plus shell must be achieved. In this study, the best parameter to separate the mesocarp and nut by using RPM 900, 1200, and 1500. However, at higher rotational speed and longer processing time, the separation was better, but the nut breakage was higher. Based on the effect of rotational speed and processing time, with the amount of the mesocarps, the RPM 600 shows the less mesocarp. Why? Because many mesocarp is still attached together with the nut due to the lower mechanical shearings effect inside the nut separator. Followed by RPM 1500. The overwhelming centrifugal forces inside the nut separator, it affects the nut is broke, and the number of mesocarp is higher. However, the condition of nut is broke. So the best parameter is RPM 900 at 40 seconds and RPM 1200 at 30 seconds. They are sufficient enough to produce many mesocarps and conditions of the nut. Based on these pictures, it shows the conditions of the nut from the RPM 600 until 1500. As we see, at the RPM 600, the nut still contains many mesocarps. At the RPM 1500, the nut is broke due to the overspeed at the nut separator. And as shown from the RPM 900 and RPM 1200 nut, the nut is still coated with the shells. The mesocarp will go to the sucking and hand screw press. In these sections, the crude oils will be extracted from the mesocarp. RPM 900, it shows the best results of crude oils. Crude oils indicates the number of crude oils plus water as the result of the hand screw press. The crude oils will go to the success extractions. At the success extraction, the pure oil will be extracted and the CPO yield will be calculated. The best CPO yield is RPM 900, in which 0.898 gram oil per gram dried mesocarp. In addition, the CPO yield for all RPM are more than 0.85 gram oil per gram dried mesocarp, in which all the CPO yield by using the nut separator is greater than the current method and other methods improvement. The outlet from the hand screw press will be the crude oils and pressed mesocarp. The pressed mesocarp is evaluated as the number of residual oils in the system. As shown from the results, the number of residual oil is lowest at the RPM 900 and the highest of the residual oil at the RPM 1500 due to the contamination of the nut broken at the nut separator system. Last but not least, the pure oil will be assessed the oil quality. For the FFA content, the FFA in range 1.023 to 1.536%, in which lower than the standard that published by the NBOB must be lower than 3%. However, for the doping content, it shows 2.75 until 2.81, which is lower than the standards. This lowering is due to the contaminations during the sterilization process, or might be the selections of the batches. In conclusions, in order to achieve the best separating the nut from the mesocarp, the RPM 900, 1200, 1500 at the 30 and 40 seconds is the best parameter in order to separate the nut from the mesocarp. At higher rotational speed and longer processing time, the separation was better, but the nut breakage was higher. That's why the effect of the RPM and also processing time, RPM 900 at 40 seconds and RPM 1200 at 30 seconds are the best operating parameter to that separator in order to separate 2 kg fruitlets. And based on the CPO yield, the overall CPO yield, it shows greater than 0.85 and the best one at the RPM 900, 0.89. with the oil loss around 10%, in which greater than the initial CPU yield. Last but not least, the oil quality. The oil quality for the pure oil was 1.073 until 1.536%, which is the best oil quality. However, the low W content might due to the high contamination of the nut group or maybe the selections of the batches. The recommendations for this study: first, placement. The experiment should be conducted in palm oil mills rather than in the university laboratory, followed by the extraction can be improved by replacing the hot water stocking with the proper digester equipment at the palm oil mills, and replacement has screw press with the actual screw press equipment in the palm oil mills. Last but not least, the energy consumptions of nut separator is needed to be evaluated in order to choose the best rotational speed and processing time in the nut separator. That's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.